Now, the hosts of Fox and Friends had their reaction to the Democratic debate, and of course, it's going to be awful.
Everything is going to be a gravy train, just the trough. Open it up.
Yeah. Well, the kids like it, right? All the kids in college, like, yeah, we can keep playing foosball and hanging out after college.
Look at all
because
these
they're all
freebies.
they're going to take care of us. I mean, the laundry list of things that they're going to give the country gratis is quite something.
If you're on radio right now, child education, higher minimum wage, public college, public family leave, health care, health care for children, and in-state tuition for illegals.
Hillary Clinton
they were cheering
said,
for.
She said we need a new deal.
Yeah, a new raw deal. I mean, again, there's never any discussion about how any of this is going to be paid for.
No, actually, there is. There is a discussion on how it's going to get paid for. These things don't just materialize out of thin air. They actually said, hey, let's tax the top 1% and give it back to the people through programs that they actually need and could use and want. All of these programs are incredibly popular. Now, on the minimum wage, I love how they lump minimum wage in there. You realize minimum wage is not a freebie, you fucking dunces. It's not the government paying you more. And guess what? You earn the minimum wage by fucking working. If you work for a living for minimum wage, it's not the government giving you more money. If you have the minimum wage raised, it's the corporation that is supposed to pay you more by working. By not raising the minimum wage, you are allowing more government money to go into welfare programs. I thought you were against that. No, you just want to subsidize large corporations. If you're against the minimum wage, you are for subsidizing corporations through different welfare programs. That is the truth. I guess he's okay with growing government by not raising the minimum wage. Now, child education. Here's another one. Child education. Well, public health care for everyone. Okay, they're not freebies. They're sensible investments into the populace. You actually invest into people, and you get a return. You get happier, healthy employees. And you also shift the burden of health care away from companies, especially smaller companies. They'll actually do better if they're not managing healthcare costs for people. That makes the case for a single-payer healthcare system. It'll save small companies money, and it'll save the government money too, because it'll reduce costs. As I said, sensible investments. What about another one? College, public college, right? So here's the thing. They want to complain against uneducated people working for minimum wage. Why don't you go to school and get a better job? Get more marketable skills. Well, you want to complain against that, but you also want to complain when these people can't afford college. They can't afford to get trained in better, to get better education, to get better jobs. It's amazing, right? And of course, these people want to get an education so they don't have to live off the government, off those so-called freebies. Which, by the way, more working people get welfare than non-working people. And the majority of those non-working people on welfare are children. Children, the elderly, disabled. What, do you want those children to get jobs too? Well, I guess if you're Newt Gingrich, yes. Have them fucking clean toilets. Conservatism for you. Now, you want to talk about the gravy train. Now, that's interesting. Gravy train. Well, you know what a real gravy train is? The billions of dollars we give in corporate welfare to the largest companies in America, the most profitable companies in America. And that's in addition to giving them massive tax breaks for the promise of creating jobs, which haven't exactly materialized yet. I thought if we give them more tax cuts, we would be showered in jobs, showered in growth. Oh, there's been a shower, all right. It's been a little golden, though, and not in the good way. And finally, I want to go to what Laura Ingraham said. She said, well, the kids like it, right? All these freebies, all the kids in college like, hey, we can keep playing foosball and hanging out after college because we're not going to do anything. We're going to be lazy. They're going to take care of us. You know what, Laura? Fuck off. You're an idiot. Her statement is wrong. It couldn't be more wrong. And it's also insulting to younger people who work their asses off to help pay for college, for one, and the people who, after they graduate, have giant piles of debt, all for trying to get trained to get some of those better jobs. Those better jobs that should have materialized, but didn't. We've been sold a bill of goods. Oh, if you get educated and work hard, you can get a job. Oh, sorry, no jobs. Well, what are we going to do with this debt that we racked up? I don't know. Here's some fucking bootstraps. That's essentially what it is. These people that are talking about this stuff, these are wealthy people. They're wealthy and they're out of touch. Talking had to get their talking points from people who are also wealthy, who are wealthier than they are, and even more out of touch, and have absolutely no idea what it's like to work hard, to work your asses off, and to get nothing for it. Because unfortunately, that's where a lot of the working poor and the middle class are at these days. They work their asses off and don't see anything for it. Why? Because all that wealth has gone to the top. But now I want to talk about freebies. They want to talk about the gravy train. Working at Fox News is the fucking gravy train. Not one of these people would last a day doing a normal minimum wage job. They wouldn't. Not one day. So you know what? Maybe we'll take the fucking so-called gravy train. That's the promise of opportunity that some of these programs will provide. Instead of your idea of throwing a couple of fucking bootstraps at us after they've kicked us in the fucking shins. No thank you.